Hey, good morning. It's Robert. No, it's Pogokiro. With your next episode of Stone Lapis Lazuli. Oh, wait, let me close the window so the neighbors don't get pissed off. Hold on, let me close this. Let me close this. I know. The kitty cats wanted this. The kitty cats wanted the window so bad, but I just closed it in his face. He's like pissed off. I would be too, right? Like you like close the window in my face, resume game, hello, good morning. I've like altered the camera settings. So now I'm over here on this side. I'm over here instead of over there. But I haven't actually moved. So and I thought this would just be a nice little change. So you don't see the same face well, I mean it's the same face, right? But uh test, all the volumes coming through, right? Yep, okay. We are going. We are going. Happy Sunday, right? Happy Sunday. Um, man, I have not been playing Minecraft. I have been playing Elden Ring, and I made the dumbest mistake. I've been saying all this crap about Elden Ring, about it being all like European centric. Dude, the game was designed by Japanese. I'm so dumb. I'm so stupid. Yeah, yeah. That game was designed by a Japanese guy, and it's probably a Japanese game. And I was all like saying, "Oh, it's European." Shit. Yeah. See, even I can be dumb sometimes. It happens. It happens. Right. There's a lot going on. It's a lot to juggle. So I'm gonna drop a few balls every once in a while. Give me some slack. All right. So I was gonna head over to the end. Because like, wait a minute. Because like, yeah, I needed content for this game. Since I've been playing Elden Ring, I haven't really been playing Minecraft. So I don't, but that's okay because Minecraft doesn't really update. Nothing's new, like ever in Minecraft until like very rarely, like maybe twice a year, something new. Maybe. Um, but yeah, so I have to. If I'm not making the content like in Minecraft, then it's not made. Uh, but that's okay. I've been gathering content in the real world, so the content you're gonna get isn't necessarily going to be Minecraft centric. But it's going to be new content. You know, I'm not going to be recycling. Like I recycled the cover screen because I didn't feel like redoing it again. Um, but that's it. Because I didn't make anything new. I'm looking for blaze rods, blaze powder, and blaze rods. I only need like 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even need 4, but eight eyes of Ender. So now I go to the I'm trying to sprint and I'm all mixed up. My That's why I don't like to switch between games. Because I get all confused as to um the controls. I just forget how the controls work. I hope that's the way to the end. I just forget what the controls are, and then I have to relearn the controls. A lot of it is like muscle memory. I was pretty surprised. Psych! We're not going that way. We're going this way. All right. I hope this is the way to the end. Indeed, it is. I've already cleared out the stuff, right? I mean, I've already cleaned it up. It was a big mess in here before. But it's not even ready. So I only have 8 ender eyeballs. Ender eyeballs. 1. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. I am missing 2 ender eyeballs, and then the portal will be complete, and I can slay the dragon, the ender dragon, again. So it's sort of like New Game Plus. Nah, except it's not, because like I'm not plussing anything. I'm like, yeah, it was a long way to get here. In fact, I don't even need this. Let's cover it up. Yeah, look how slow I am with my mouse and everything. I have not played this game in a while. I'm attuned to the other game. So, yeah, so I know my friends get angry at me for not switching games constantly and trying new games, but the problem is every time there's a cost, not just a monetary cost, but a cognitive cost. I have to relearn and remap all the controls to my hands again. And it takes a lot of time. I don't like to do it. That's why I like to find a game and stick with it. Like, that's why I played Minecraft for so long. I just need I'm almost there. I'm almost there for the Ender portal. Or the end portal to go to the end. To slay the end dragon. So, in the meantime, let's Kitty cat's fighting. Yeah, they increased the rate of bamboo farms, and it's outrageous now. It's so nice. Makes you want to go make other farms. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, on Java, farms are satisfying, but on Bedrock, a lot of times they're not. Well, the gold farm's satisfying. The iron farm is pretty good now. Yeah, and actually, yeah, the wood farm's great. The bone meal farm is amazing. Like, the bamboo farm isn't that bad. Now that they've increased the rates. Yeah, I've done a lot of work. I don't want to like abandon it. So, but hey, let's but I'm not abandoning it. It's on pause right now, right? It's on pause because I've been like, I need a break. I'm doing it for my own self-care. I need a break. And I got this other and like real world stuff is going on. Like that we should focus on. It's important that I mean, democracy requires maintenance. I know people don't like to hear it, but that's the way it is, right? That's the way it is. Like, sure, it's great that we got. You know what? I need to put this window up there because I keep looking in the wrong direction when I look at the camera. Oh, you guys should lock that thing. Let's lock that so that one never moves. Bedrock. Here, you are locked. Okay, so you're stuck. Now go back to me. I'm gonna put me by the camera. That's why it's good to have me by the camera. So when I look at the camera, I'm like looking at you guys and looking at me at the same time. In fact, I should almost. Well, that's gonna be good enough. It's close enough. So other stuff is going on. Like it's not just. It's not just. Ooh, no, I can't do that. See, I want to be able to show you the scene without like having to like make it dim. I wonder if there's some way I can do that where it doesn't dim it. Um, let me tell you about stuff going on. First, I know that we are in a strangely polarizing time here in the United States. It is strangely polarized. For some reason, there is a particular group of people who are who are who are focused on overthrowing the government, and they can't even really articulate why it is they want to do what they do. but they're well funded from the elites. Who are the elites? The people with lots and lots of money. So wait a minute. That since I'm bringing this up on this is a relevant graphic now. The elites are people with lots and lots and lots of money, and then they use that money to manifest power. That's what it's about. Remember, I told you, like, fascists don't really care about truth. They only care about power. So, for example, Alex Jones, he loves cryptocurrency. He loves it. He loves it. He's always talking about it. And people think that, oh yeah, Alex Jones must have a really big like fan base that supports him through these times where he's being sued by various entities for crimes he allegedly committed. Well, but the actual fact is Alex Jones gets his money from like two people. All his money comes from two people. It looks like he has his media platform make it look like he gets money from lots and lots of people from a wide base, from a giant base, but he's actually only getting money from two people that fund him. Who are those two people? We don't know. That's the allure, quote, quote, of cryptocurrency. It's anonymous. So, no, we don't know who are the two mega donors funding Alex Jones as he runs a media empire parallel to Fox to overthrow the United States. We don't know who it is, those two guys who are funding, but they're really, really rich because who's got 26 Bitcoins to just toss around? Who's got 5 Bitcoins to be like, yo, here's a tip. Who's got that, you know? Not me. So when you hear the word elite, think about what elite means. It means lots and lots and lots of money to manifest your power. That's why they want the money, to manifest power. I mean, there's no other real reason. You don't need it to survive. You don't need the money to thrive. You don't need $1 billion to make sure your kids are going to be okay after you're gone. There's only one reason to have $1 billion. That's to manifest power. Sure, people want to say, but what about his accomplishments with making SpaceX? Dude is running off of U.S. government research. Like the U.S. government did it first, and then he took all that research. Well, pretty much the whole world did. The whole world took the whole world took NASA's research. I am not joking. You know, did you know that Russia had made its own version of the space shuttle? It made its own version. The Russians are really, really smart. You know, the Russian scientists, they're really, really good. The Russian scientists are really good. So, but they don't want to do extra work. Why be redundant? so the Russians stole the design for the space shuttle in like the 70s or 80s. They stole the design for the space shuttle, brought it back, and then used that design as a basis to start their own calculations to make a better version. And in the end, they came back to the American design and just made a copy of it. So for real, there was a copy of the U.S. space shuttle in Russia before the USSR collapsed. They made an exact copy because that was the exact best design to do. Who paid for that? The U.S. taxpayer paid for NASA to pay for the scientists to figure this stuff out. Now here comes Elon Musk 50 years later saying, "Oh yeah, I'm a big pioneer because I'm standing on top of NASA and using my big money to make more big money for myself." Man, get out of here. Like, fine. It's a great accomplishment. I'm glad you did it, but it did not require you being a billionaire for it to happen. You could have paid your taxes and still made SpaceX. There's no contradiction between paying your fair share and SpaceX. There's no contradiction. There's none. You can still do it while paying your taxes. But no, Elon's got to flex his privilege. That's what this is all about. Flexing privilege. That's what capital is about. Flexing privilege. Who's got the biggest flex? Elon Musk went and bought his own media company. He didn't build it. He just bought one with his billions of dollars. Because that's what it is. It's power. and concentrated power, especially when it's private, is dangerous. That was the whole reason why well, first of all, why we rebelled against the king. Then, when we created a government, we wanted to make sure that government didn't concentrate power too strongly. So we put all these checks on it to make sure that it didn't abuse its power. Like, we don't want concentrated power. Concentrated power is bad. But the rise of the oligarchs is exactly that. Concentrated power. Concentrated power, where you can just do things like create your own space company, or create your own mercenary army, or create your own or just buy like established media platforms. Oh my god. Like, oligarchs are failures in democracies. If you have oligarchs in a democracy, it's a failure. You don't really have a democracy. I mean, all you would have to do is tax them at a reasonable rate. But you don't. So do you really control them? So there was this guy back in the day, not too far back in the day, named Thomas Piketty. He's an economist. And he came up, he did a bunch of work is what he did. He, like, everyone intrinsically feels that something is true, but until someone does the work and proves it, it's just a guess. No one really knows. So Thomas Piketty and his associates went ahead and did the math, did the work, did all the stuff, did the research, and they wrote a book about it. Capital in the 21st, no. Capital in the 21st Century, was that what he wrote? Well, anyways, basically in this book, Piketty's grand conclusion, through the numbers, the data tells him, it's not him just guessing, it's not him speculating, it's him looking at the data and saying, oh, this is what the data says. He found out that the rate of return on capital is greater than the growth of the rate of the return on the growth of the economy. So what he was saying was that, here, let me come back down to Minecraft so I can like visualize it. So Piketty was saying, like, okay, so you have a couple of different ways of making money. You can either make money through buying and selling commodities, or you can make money buying and selling financial products. What's a financial product? Like a loan, or a derivative, or a bond. These are financial products, right? They don't actually exist out here in the physical world, like a commodity. I don't even think commodity, I guess. But they're products, and they're sold by banks, and banks make money off of them. So that's And how that operates is off of capital. You don't, it doesn't require any of this material stuff whatsoever. If you want to make money, using financial products, all you need is capital. And you can make money, and then with that capital, you can make more capital. Okay, but the thing is that this financial market is supposed to be connected to the real market of like people working, goods and services being exchanged and performed. Like this is the real world economy of things actually happening. Like barrels of oil in the tanker as it's moving. The real world. The financial market is supposed to be a reflection of the real world. But what Piketty has found was that somehow this got disconnected. There's no connection here whatsoever anymore. These two are not connected. Because if this grows at 1, this is growing at 3. So if you're a guy over here and you want to put money into the economy, if you put your money into your economy over here, into the real world economy of goods and services, your growth rate is going to be like 1 to 1. But if you put your money into financial products like derivatives and bonds and things like that, I'm not sure, I don't know what, like things like that, I don't know, financial products, your growth is going to be like 3 to 1. Something like that. In other words, it's more profitable to invest in the paper economy than it is in the real economy. And if this keeps going, what happens? If you keep taking money out of the real economy and putting it into the paper economy, what happens? Then you got to think, well, who owns all this paper economy stuff? The elite rich people. Okay, so Piketty, now, that was his big thing, right? That was his big thing that he found out in his last book. All right, he wrote a new book. And in this new book, he found out that he's arguing, he looks at the distribution of average incomes growth during expansions. So the blue is the bottom 90%. And the red is the top 10%. This would be your elites. Okay. So in the 1949, 1953, most of the growth went to the 80% of the growth went to the bottom 90% of the people. Almost all the growth went to the bottom. But somewhere around here, between between like Carter and Reagan, it flipped. It flipped. Most of the gains went to the top 10%, and only 20% went to the remaining 90% of the American people. It got a little better during what is that, like the first Bush or the second Bush? Oh no, this is like the .com boom. Got a little bit better for the bottom 90 during the .com boom, the 90s. But then Reagan, or I mean W. Bush, it almost all went to the top. And then during this last expansion from 09 to 12, all the growth went to the top. The elite made a bunch of money during the big crash. They're the ones who bought up all the houses for real cheap. And then like the banks then sold it back to all the people again. And all the people who had all their money in houses lost all their asses. They lost big time. So Piketty is going to argue. Thomas Piketty is going to, or Piketty. Thomas Piketty is going to argue that all the progress in society has happened during times when the gap between the rich and the poor were the least amount. This way, the gap in the rich and were the least amount. When there is very little difference between the rich and the poor, there's lots and lots of progress in society because everyone is being helped. But when there is a huge gap between the rich and the poor, no progress in society is made because it's real hard to convince the rich to let anything happen. They're rich. They don't need to do anything. They're already making money. Why should they make any change whatsoever? Even if it helps 90% of the population. What do the rich care? Who cares? They already make money. They have no need. That's a reflection of that disconnect between the economies and what's happening in society. So, for an example, Elon Musk, as you know, Elon Musk bought a social media company. He bought Twitter. And one of the first things Elon Musk did was steal a cartoon from another idiot who made a dumb cartoon and claimed it for himself. He put this dumb cartoon up. This is a dumb cartoon. This is Elon Musk. In fact, here, let me write that on there so I don't accidentally copy him. I don't want to accidentally copy him. So here, snip, bop ba da bop, snip, dot ba da bop, snip, bop ba da bop, snip. Kill this. All right. Now I got this. I'm gonna bring this over here, and then I'm gonna go like this. Watch this. Snip and sketch. See it to believe it. This is Elon Musk, all right? Elon Musk is the one who wrote this. Okay, so Elon is here. Elon says in 2008, he used to want to overthrow the government. These two people want to overthrow the government. This is Elon Musk. To Elon Musk's brain, the way Elon Musk thinks, he in 2008 hasn't changed. He wants to overthrow the government. And the conservative also in 2008 wants to overthrow the government. But to Elon Musk in 2008, they're not the same group. He feels that in 2008, Elon Musk feels closer to liberals than he does to people who think like him that want to overthrow the government. So look, now in 2012, Elon Musk hasn't changed. He still wants to overthrow the government, and conservatives still want to overthrow the government, but liberals are like, nah, dude, I don't want anything to do with you. So they leave. So now it's 2000, and he thinks that wanting to overthrow the government is a center-left position. That is in common with the far-right position of overthrow the government. This is the way Elon Musk thinks. Now in 2021, these guys have tried to stage a coup. Staged a coup. And they loll about it. And now Elon Musk is so close. They're so close together. He wants to overthrow the government too. Elon Musk wants to overthrow the government too. Look how close he is to the people who wants to overthrow the government. That's Elon Musk. He put that out on his Twitter because that's what he really believes. He believes he's upset that the coup did not succeed and that he still lives in a democracy because Elon Musk is an oligarch. And for oligarchs, democracy is the antithesis of his power. Remember, in a democracy, power is spread out amongst all the people. But Elon Musk oligarch wants to concentrate all that wealth all for himself. So yeah, he doesn't want democracy. He wants to get rid of democracy. So that cartoon makes absolute sense. Absolute sense. Yes, Elon Musk, nothing has changed. Elon Musk has always wanted to overthrow the government. Right? Remember, Democrats in 2008, Joe Biden was vice president. And then in 2021, Joe Biden was president. So look at how radically the Democrats have changed. The radical change Democrats have made, right? But Elon Musk has not changed. Elon Musk, in 2008, he wanted to overthrow the government. And in 2021, Elon Musk wanted to overthrow the government. He has not changed. Elon Musk has not changed. So that's why, look at, in April 20, he strongly supported Obama for president and Joe Biden for vice president, but he hasn't changed. He's strongly supported as Elon Musk wanted to overthrow the government. But today's Democratic Party has been hijacked by extremists. Yes. Yes. Do you see? Elon Musk, from Elon Musk's position, wanting to overthrow the government, Elon Musk wants to overthrow the government. Joe Biden, who wants to, institutionalist, wants to keep the United States intact, is an extremist to the perspective of someone who wants to overthrow the government, Elon Musk. Because you see the radical change that Democrats underwent, and no change whatsoever with the Republicans. They've always been who they are. Republicans have always been who they are. There's not been a difference. They've always wanting to overthrow they're Confederates. They've always been Confederates. They've never changed. Elon Musk, isn't he from South Africa? Yeah, no wonder he's he's attracted to apartheid. He's a white supremacist. So, okay, hold on. What else do I got? Yeah. So Republicans are like those insurrectionists. They're very, very fond of saying the tree of liberty must be watered periodically with the blood of patriots. They say this. But they never say whose liberty? Whose liberty are you fighting for? Whose liberty? There's a trucker convoy driving up to Seattle right now, and they stopped in the middle of the interstate to fire off some gunshot rounds. And when they pulled into town, the police were buddy with them. In Florida, they passed a law saying when Black Lives Matter was blocking traffic with their bodies and not with like big semi trucks and guns, the government, the Confederate government of Florida, passed a law saying it was okay to run them over with your car. And but here in the Pacific Northwest, if you're a white supremacist convoy going to cause problems for reasons you can't articulate, and you fire off guns, the police will be friends with you. Oh my God! Yeah, if you talk to those trucker people, they have no idea what they're doing. They'll say a bunch of stuff, but it's all pretty much regurgitated nonsense they heard from Alex Jones. And Alex Jones is only repeating what his two donors want him to say. He's just hired to say something. He's hired to put on a show and to herd the sheep. Yeah, they can't articulate anything. They have no idea what's going on. They have none. They're like in an alternate reality. They're brainwashed. But that's the same thing that happened to the Russian people. Like all their media, not like they don't even have a choice. Like at least we have choices in our media, but in Russia, all the media is saying the same thing. So it's real hard to know the truth about what's going on. It's not like over here where you have choices. Like so, I want to be like defending the poor people who listen to Trump and Alex Jones, but they have freedom to look at other media sources. They don't have to listen to that nonsense. They kind of choose to brainwash themselves. Because like how, I mean, there's no other way around it. It's just so obvious at this point. I think it's going to take the arrest of Donald Trump for the spell to be broken. That's why I have been so adamant about justice being brought upon Donald Trump. Because he's the linchpin. I think if you can arrest Donald Trump nationally and expose everything on national television before the election, we might be able to break the spell and save America. Because right now, if we don't bring Donald Trump and the coup people to justice, then our country's kind of over. It's going to be in a real bad position. Like we absolutely must bring Donald Trump to trial. We can't let any of his coup people run for office, because by running for office, you legitimize their coup attempt. And all you have to do is say, well, what would happen if a black man tried that? He had been murdered way before it got anywhere to this point. It's only because of the privilege of white supremacy that Donald Trump has been able to be free for so long. Had he not the privilege of white supremacy and elitism, had he not this privilege, he would have been in prison a long time ago or dead. It would never even have gotten to this point. So it's a challenge, right? This is a challenge. If the United States is going to be democracy, it has to reflect that democracy. It has to make manifest that democracy. And one way of doing that is showing that you can bring to heel oligarchs and criminals, even if they're powerful, even if they're privileged, even if they're white. You can the state can still bring them to heel. Why? Not because to show the power and authority of the state, but to show that justice prevails. That since if you break a law, there will be consequences. And look, you've broken these laws, we can demonstrate it. These are the consequences. You will suffer them. That shows our system, our democratic system, works. That's why we have to do it. If we don't do it, then we'll demonstrate to the world that oligarchs control the United States. Because we got a serious problem. As I get smacked. This story from Florida, I think. Cops kill man over stolen Pokemon cards in a Target parking lot. A man is dead and several are injured after police in Kissimmee, Florida, attempted a takedown in a Target parking lot. You know what? The police also killed a man because the color of his license plate was different. Like up in like Michigan. They executed him, they shot him in the back of the head for nothing. And then look, they killed this guy over Pokemon cards. Rather than let this guy get away with a bunch of Pokemon cards, they killed him. Instead of letting him escape with a bunch of Pokemon cards. They killed him over Pokemon cards. Did they even know what kind of Pokemon cards they saved? Were there any rares? You know, were there any like what do they call them? Foiled? Any of them like special cards? You just killed them for random Pokemon cards? Is that how little life is worth in Florida? Jeez Louise. And then like this is the manifestation of white supremacy. Right there. Because under white supremacy, life is meaningless. You are under white supremacy, you are a thing to satisfy the needs of the elite. Who are the elite? The white rich people with the money. Like, it's not even, you don't even have to be white, really. You just got to be rich. But it helps if you're white. Oh, geez. That's the thing. But it's not about like. So I'm not saying that white people that is necessarily bad. I'm saying the system of privilege, whiteness, that's what's bad. And like most white people don't benefit from white supremacy anyways. They're exploited just as bad as non-white people. But racism is used to obscure the fact that they're getting screwed by the elites. Who are the elites? The people with the money. Tucker Carlson is one of those elite people with the money. And he's repeating the lies of the elite to confuse poor white people with racism. So they don't see the fact that they're getting screwed by rich white people. The rich white people are so busy, are real busy pointing to the poor brown people to make sure that the poor white people never look at the rich white people. Elon Musk wants you to talk about free speech instead of the fact that Elon Musk doesn't pay anywhere near the taxes he should. So here, white supremacy. I believe my deputies were justified in all their actions. Oceloa County Sheriff Marcos Lopez told local news outlet Fox 35, I have the utmost 200% trust in everything they do based on their training and their experience. Things escalate. This is the real world. Yeah, in the real world, your life is worth less than a Pokemon card. That's what, and that's white supremacy, despite the fact that your last name is Lopez. I don't care if you're Hispanic, if you're Latino. It doesn't matter. If what you broadcast is white supremacy, you are a white supremacist. It's not the color of your skin, it's what you broadcast. Here, you want to see how bad things are in the United States? How bad oligarchs are getting us? This is how bad oligarchs are getting us. You want to talk? There's like, if you talk to the right wing, they're real concerned about crime. That's like their number one thing is crime for the right wing. So let's look at the crime in the United States. There's minimum wage violations where people working minimum wage aren't getting paid for their work. That's $23 billion. There's overtime violations where people who are working overtime but not getting paid for their work. That was $8 billion. Those rest break violations where people were working through their rest break instead of actually resting, not having they don't get to have a smoke break. They don't get to rest. They have to work through their rest break. That was $4 billion worth of work they stole. Off the clock violations, making people work off the clock. Like, oh, you clocked out? Well, here, go take that out real quick. And go do this stuff over there. Clock out and then go do this. That's off the clock violation. Making people work while for free. $3.2 billion worth of work. Yeah. Other types of theft were larceny, burglary, auto theft, and robbery. Maybe 1/5 of the crime in the United States is property crime. But the vast majority of crime in the United States is employer crime, wage theft. employers using their superior strength and positioning to exploit their workers because the workers aren't unionized. If the workers were unionized, they couldn't do this. And all this crime here would disappear. But that's the problem. When you hear about crime, you never hear about this stuff. The only crime you hear about is the property crime, and then this makes people want to say, "Oh, we should increase the number of police." No, that's the exact opposite. The police only serve and protect one group of people, the property owners. That's not you. And you're like, "Oh, but wait a minute. What about my stuff?" No, that's not your stuff is not property. That's your personal possessions. Private property is like 40 acres of land that you can't use. How does somebody possess 40 acres of land? Like, you can't. You can't possess 40 acres of land. Like, maybe if you work it all, there's like, that's pretty good. But like, I don't think so. You usually have people help you. Then it's not really all your land, is it? Because like, the idea of ownership works with possession. Like, I own something because I possess it. Like, when I use it, then I'm possessing it. But how do I own an entire factory? How do I possess an entire factory? I can't possess an entire factory. I guess I'm responsible for it all somehow, but like, not really. I mean, like, it's just but I get all the money from it if I own the factory. Like, I don't know. When we talk about crime, this is what we should be looking at. But the elites never want to talk about this stuff. So we should unionize, get Walmart to unionize, get Tesla to unionize. And yeah, we could go somewhere. Yeah. Correcting the shit poster is getting boring. And Nicholas Grossman. Correcting this shit poster is getting boring, and if not for his outsized influence, I'd ignore it. But it's worth noting that this is not a point about cultural institutions. It's specifically about the Dem Party and how picking Joe fund the police, fund them, Biden was too extreme. Joe, like, the Democrats have only said fund the police. Nowhere have the Democrats have said defund the police. It's always been community members that have said defund the police. I say defund the police because obviously that's the correct solution. That's the correct way to go. After all this point, defund the police is the way to go. But but Elon Musk is saying Joe Biden, who hasn't changed since 2008, is too extreme. Who's the one who moved? Who's the one who changed? I don't know. I do know. It's Elon Musk. Well, Elon Musk hasn't changed. He's a Nazi. Joe Biden is moving with the Democratic Party, and the Democratic Party is becoming browner and more progressive. Well, yeah, like, and the Republican Party is becoming whiter and whiter, and more purified. Okay, what else do I got? Oh yeah. Okay, real quick. This last thing, real quick. ExxonMobil and Chevron report big jump in profits because of higher oil and gas prices, largely because of soaring oil prices, which rose in the quarter from well over $100 a barrel from $76. The company made $5.5 billion in the first 3 months of the year. $5.5 billion in the first 3 months, an increase of more than $6 billion from the same quarter in 2021. The company made an 8.9 billion profit in the last 3 months of 2021. So the reason, high gas prices are not from Joe Biden, who has no power over it, but because uh, oil companies want to make lots of money. Okay. Now we're gonna switch real quick to something else. So I won a blanket in a raffle. It was pretty cool. I won a blanket from the Confederated Tribes of the Grand Ronde Community of Oregon. Let me read this. The the Confederated Tribes of the Grand Ronde Community of Oregon consists of 27 Native American tribes with long historical ties to present-day Western Oregon, between the western boundary of the Oregon coast and the eastern boundary of the Cascade Range, and the northern boundary of the southwestern Washington and the southern boundary of the northern California. This community has an 11,288 acre, 445.7 kilometers squared Indian reservation. The Grand Ronde Indian Reservation, which was established in 1855 in Yamhill and Polk counties. Because the people had lived near each other and often spoke more than one language for use in trading, after they were grouped together in the 19th century on the reservation, they refined a Creole language that became known as Chinook jargon. Although long forced to speak English, the people are working to conserve this native language named Chinook Wawa. They have produced native speakers through immersion programs for young children. Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, nice. So this tribe, these Confederated tribes had a raffle, and I just threw in money, not thinking I would win anything, because like why would I win anything? I won. I couldn't believe it. Okay, hold on. Let me go get it. Okay. I got it from Pendleton. Okay, Pendleton Woolen Mills. From Pendleton Woolen Mills, and the organization that I won it from was, oh no, where'd it go? I saw it. There it is. This one here on Facebook. The Oregon Native American Education Foundation. So these guys are working to preserve Native American culture. And I hear that some people on television are calling Native Americans legacy Americans. I think that's pretty cool. Legacy Americans. So yeah, this is like legacy American stuff. Like, yeah, that's exactly what this is. This is legacy Americans. They're preserving the legacy of Americans, because that's what Native Americans are. Native American culture is our culture. Like, what are you doing? Like, separating it? That's ours. Where do you, like, we come from here. This is ours. Like, that's legacy. We gotta learn it. This is our stuff. Why would he want to forget it? This is ours. This is, we need to make sure that it is not only like we know it, but it's spread around, and that it's seen as being cool, because it is cool. It's ours. It's cool. We're cool. We're rad. So, and we're still here. So so yeah, let's like, I dig it. I think we should. I like the idea of calling Native Americans legacy Americans. I think that's a great idea. What a good idea to call them legacy Americans. Okay, so here's like, let me pull the thing out here. Can I show you my blanket? Come on, guy. I haven't unwrapped it. I didn't. Here we go. Don't knock over my coffee. Here, let me stand up. Not a lot of room between me and my green screen. Here's the side. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It smells good. It's cool. Wool. It's wool. It's neat. like a blanket. How did I win this? I just threw in money, that's all, into a cause I believe in, which is the preservation of legacy Americans, legacy Native Americans. So thank you very much for hooking me up. Oh no, my Minecraft crashed. So yeah. I beat cancer. If they suddenly find a cure for cancer now, I'm gonna be so mad. This tweet is about student loans. Yeah, you know what? You should like forgive all the student loans. Forgive them all. Don't. What's this? Only 10,000? No, all. Get rid of all. Start over. Jubilee. It's called Jubilee. It's in the Bible. We should, and it's in the Torah. To do a Jubilee to forgive all debts. It'll be great because then that's basically helping. Who are you helping? The poorest people. Rich people don't have debts. I mean, they do, but like not like the way that poor people have debts. Okay. Let's see. What's another one? Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. Well, hey, thank you very much. I think that was like not even an hour. That's about an hour. Thanks for hanging out. I can't believe this is still going. But you know what? I can't believe that Donald Trump isn't in prison too. so, so again, either Donald Trump is indicted before the election, or we don't have a country anymore. And I need to do this. Keep doing this. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So we're gonna see. But hang in there, hang in there. More Proud Boys are flipping. More people of the conspiracy are flipping. They're gonna they cop a plea deal, which means that they're gonna rat out what happened and point fingers to their fellow people. And then those fellow people are like, oh, I better flip too. And then if they flip, then they can point up higher up the chain. And the idea is to have them point all the way up to Donald Trump. That's what's happening. So bit by bit, they're working on getting that happening. It's just hard to do because there's so many people, and it's such a big conspiracy because it's literally like half the government. You know, the Republicans are like so many Republicans are trying to overthrow the government. It's ridiculous. But hopefully we can pull it off. We need to hang together because then we got climate change to deal with. So just hold it together. Hold it together. Okay, my fellow Americans. Until next time, peace. Pogo Kiddo out. Stop.